It's a beautiful evening out, and I didn't feel like going inside, so welcome to the update. It's not really an update. I am pulse bought flooring today. I got a really good deal on it. It ended up being like $100 and something cheaper than it would have been if I went with the kind that I wanted. Which, I mean, I guess I could have lessened how much I needed a little bit by like tweaking what I was going to put in the entryway and maybe like not putting it in certain places, but I'd rather like have the advantage of this being all waterproof. So that is thus. I'm trying not to shake. It's really hard not to shake. I can't hold my hand still. It's just who I am. But yeah, there's your little sneak peek of what that's gonna look like. I don't know if it's gonna come, it's not gonna come through true on camera. It's not as dark as it looks. We've got all this wood here, all that up there, and we have started doing something revolutionary. $2, one down, only 60 to go. I don't like the sound of that because that was really hard to get up there. My dad did both of them because I don't have the upper body strength. I'm gonna have to find a stool or something to get better leverage, or just use this bad boy right down there because these ain't cutting it. So I'm heck of tired, but I wanted to give a little bit of an update. Ooh, it's getting to me. So we did all this today, and I brought that camera out, but did not film anything. But I didn't really feel like any of it was relevant. I felt like it was all pretty boring. But basically, we just butted these up. There are some spaces, you know, but it's not really that important. What's important is it being here in the middle. Oh gosh, I just tripped over stuff again. And then I started putting those up, and I'll put the bottom pairing to that up once I get the floor down. It'll all make sense. Like maybe I'll explain it in a technical video to anyone who cares to know what's actually happening. But for now, this is the state of the bus. There's all these up on this side. The reason that we did it differently is because he measured out where the 8-foot panels would hit, and we're gonna cut a couple of them so that they'll hit right on the studs. That way I won't have to worry about doing anything drastic later to put them up, because that's what I was going to do. And then I realized that I could achieve the look I wanted a different way. But this is basically what's going up on the ceiling in a couple days, and this over here is what's going on the floor. I need to get a couple more sheets of OSB subflooring, but they were just super expensive that day, and I said I was going to get this much, see how far it went, and get better judge. And I think I need to get another panel of this, but of course, you know, there's going to be like cuts in the floor, so I'm going to cut around a lot of things, so I don't really know the whole full scope of what I need until I start cutting that. I need to lay these back out on the floor, but as you can tell, there's a bulk of a mess on that side, so I'm working on all of that. do want the record to reflect that I do stuff on my own. So like, no one here, no one over here, and no, there's no one anywhere else outside. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting help sometimes. Like, community building is fun and interesting, but we're getting stuff done, shoving little pieces of the ink to be into little holes here. I just broke this in half. Woohoo. That's okay. I needed that in half anyways, so stepping ahead of myself. I'm killing it. Okay, so I'm back out here and everything has changed a little bit again, but the point is, I always say that, what I am trying to show you all, that is terrible, I just need to stop. I've got more of the floor again. So I had to go scavenge for a piece of OSB subflooring to put down, or just OSB in general that I'm using as subflooring to put down, because this stuff that I bought originally a couple weeks ago for $35 went up to the fine price of $68. So we went back, and thankfully the local store had some pieces left. The guy was holding back a couple for himself, but he was nice enough to sell me 2 pieces because all I needed was this piece and then the next piece. So, you know, it's always good to ask, even though I'm terrible and don't like to ask questions. It's always good to ask sometimes because people might be nice. We did take the top tread up on this stair and take this piece up for now, just because I'm going to start framing from here out to there, and I'm going to frame along those, like edging there, because I don't want to mess with anything that possibly needs to be taken out if for some reason my transmission needs to be worked on, and I don't want to impair my pedals. So I'm really going to try to figure that a little bit out later. I think what I'm going to do eventually though is put a little bit of insulation on that back wall there to try to cut down on some heat and some engine noise while I'm driving, or if I need to crank the bus up while I'm stationary, which reminds me I need to crank the bus up before the battery doesn't work anymore. Anyways, this, I already showed this in the next video. Oh yeah, I'm showing this in the next video, but you could see more of this in the next video because I actually cut a lot of that out. What am I saying? My brain is hurting. Nothing goes chronologically when you're working on a bus, just a fair warning. Right now, I am back here redesigning an area that will be also in a separate video, but I just wanted to finish out this video with saying that the framing is almost done. We've got that up on the walls there. That piece needs to still be put up there, and I've got that little bit of a section to do, but the next time you see a video, the floors should be finished, and then when we talk about framing, or I'm gonna put the ceilings up, but when I talk about putting the ceilings up, I guess, and framing out the actual center walls, and some of these still need to be fastened down. Like, I haven't fastened this down yet because I hadn't cut out the hole to put out my fuel pump, to access my fuel pump until the other day. So yeah, still a bit to do, but I'm gonna call it basically done for rough framing, and the next time we talk about framing shall be when the ceiling is up and these walls here and here are getting put up. So that should be fun. I say fun, but I know it's just like a bunch of stress. I don't even want to think about it. So I just filmed that last little bit, and I just want to be a reminder that it's okay when things aren't going to schedule, because sometimes if you haven't done things before, it's not going to go like quite like you planned it in your head. Yeah. So, if you know what you're doing, then you get a better estimate of time, and you know like how long things are going to take. Like, things that I thought would take this X amount of time that I've never done before ended up taking longer. I kind of sort of expected that, but I was hoping that I was right in the first place. But things that I have done before have gone about the length of what I expected. Like, it's gone as quickly as I thought it would go, if that makes sense, because I know how long it's taken me to do X, Y, or Z before. But I just wanted to say, don't be too hard on yourself. Thank you for watching. There'll be more videos. Continue to keep along. Subscribe if you want to be notified when the next video comes out. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Check out all this stuff. Bye.